Welcome to today's QuickCast, Federal Senior Housing Update. My name is Linda Couch, and I am the Director of Housing Policy and Priorities at LeadingAge. Today, Colleen Bloom, LeadingAge's Director of Housing Operations, and I are going to discuss the current landscape of activities impacting affordable senior housing at the federal level. First, we wanted to share with you the calendar for Congress's first 6 months in 2017. You can see here which days the House and Senate are in session, and which days they are home for district work periods. These are prime times for you to invite them to your communities and events. There are several areas of flashpoints in the next Congress I'd like to highlight today. The first flashpoint is installing the new administration's leadership at HUD. Of the 4,000 political appointees in the federal government, about 80 are at HUD, and about 10 of these 80 must be confirmed by the Senate. We expect Dr. Ben Carson's nomination to move swiftly, with him confirmed as the new HUD Secretary by Inauguration Day on January 20th. Another flashpoint is completion of fiscal year 2017 appropriations bills, including the one that funds all HUD programs. The FY17 HUD funding bill has been fully negotiated by Congress, but Congress decided to pass another continuing resolution instead, keeping programs funded at FY16 levels until April 28th. We are watching program funding carefully and are concerned that funding programs longer than this at FY16 levels could lead to program shortfalls. In the new year, there will be a new FY17 budget framework called a budget resolution, which, coupled with there being a new Congress, will force the FY17 funding bills to be renegotiated, potentially with a lower budget cap. A third major flashpoint will be consideration of the FY18 federal budget framework and resulting appropriations bills. We expect some form of budget request from the incoming Trump administration in late spring. However, this may be a very brief overview of the new administration's budget goals rather than a detailed request for program funding. We do expect the FY18 budget resolution to include potentially further reductions for non-defense discretionary spending, such as for housing and Older American Act programs, and perhaps also to address tax reform, entitlement reform, and the debt ceiling. President-elect Trump has said little specifically on housing, but has policy proposals that would impact housing directly. First, he has made clear his goal to increase defense spending and decrease non-defense spending. But, second, he has also said he wants to pass a major infrastructure bill, where we are working to ensure the definition of infrastructure includes housing. How the infrastructure program would be paid for remains unclear, perhaps from tax reform, but also perhaps from further reductions in non-defense discretionary cuts. If, as reports have indicated, President-elect Trump does not offer a detailed FY18 budget request, an assumption might be that he is fine with House Republican goals of block granting federal safety net programs, including housing, to the states. We also expect some congressional, non-funding related legislating on housing programs next year. We expect House leadership to move forward on its A Better Way proposal, which would block grant federal housing safety net programs to states. There are no details in the current proposal, so at the moment it's impossible to say how this could impact housing programs. A central concern is that historically, block grants lose funding over time as Congress becomes less aware of where the money is going. We also expect the House to take up the PATH Act, which would dissolve Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, removing the federal mortgage guarantee and simultaneously wiping away the National Housing Trust Fund. We also expect another package of housing program reforms from the House Housing Subcommittee Chair Blaine Luetkemeyer, as well as continued Senate focus on the quality of HUD's multifamily housing stock. Given what we know about the future of our aging population's housing needs, shown here in a chart from Harvard's Joint Center for Housing Studies that looks at the number of owner and renter senior households with moderate and severe cost burdens, we know we need to do much more to address the housing needs of low-income seniors. LeadingAge's policy agenda for next year includes preserving what we have through adequate resources and getting new policy tools like the rental assistance demonstration for project rental assistance contracts. We also know that about a third of all HUD's programs serve seniors, and we will work in coalition to protect funding for the public housing, project-based rental assistance, and housing choice voucher programs as we work to protect senior-specific programs. Another key goal of ours is to expand the supply of affordable housing through securing new HUD construction resources and rental assistance to leverage other funds to build new housing with a program we are calling Service Enriched Affordable Living, or SEAL, protecting, expanding, and improving the Low-Income Housing Tax Credit Program, and getting new special purpose vouchers for seniors, which can also be project-based into communities. Any senior housing, of course, must come with service coordination and access to health services for residents, which HHS should pay for. This is our mantra. We are eager to work with the new administration and with the new Congress. This is the time to educate your new members of Congress and the ones you've known for some time. Success in the affordable housing arena has only ever been achieved with bipartisan support, and we intend to work with every office to be successful in our goals. I'll now turn over to Colleen Bloom.
Well, thank you, Linda. This is Colleen Bloom, Director of Housing Operations, and I'm pleased to be able to highlight our goals moving forward working with HUD and some of the latest developments at HUD and future guidance on the horizon. As staffing changes continue in the 5 new regional centers and their satellite offices, as well as at headquarters, we are identifying key HUD leaders and division heads with whom we will seek to regularly interact. Certainly several positions will need to be filled, but as interim and acting officials are appointed, we will continue to seek updates and communicate our hot topic issues along with our recommendations in hopes of having a positive impact and increasing awareness of the value and challenges of supportive senior housing. As preservation and enhanced housing with services are primary aims of our legislative agenda, so too is ensuring the sustainability and efficient operations of existing programs and grants. We step in to address concerns on systemic issues like the recent reports of non-payment of rental subsidies due to the continuing resolution or other budgetary process issues, and anything else members may bring to our attention. And we will meet with leadership and program staff on a proactive agenda of issues regarding sustainable budgeting practices for PRACs, questions concerning the revised process for extensions of service coordinator grants, and clarifications about service valuation and rent comparability studies. We also seek your proactive and vital participation in helping us to craft responses to proposed rules. The recent opportunity to address budgeting processes showed that this may be a challenge for many members, but we encourage you, wherever possible, to step forward and provide your thoughts. The formation of a new housing advisory group should help to facilitate such dialogue. With the new administration and statements about a desire to reduce regulatory burdens, we also welcome member suggestions about processes that could be improved or requirements streamlined to make your operations run more smoothly. And any challenges concerning use of limited federal funds may be brought forward for potentially positive results. We will continue to support the Rental Policy Working Group efforts to streamline rules for various safety net programs which often overlap but have eligibility distinctions that frustrate participants from all quarters. And certainly as the multifamily transformation reaches its conclusion, we will play a key role in both facilitating the sharing of information and suggesting ways to improve communications between housing providers and HUD offices. Turning to the latest developments at HUD, we continue to keep our finger on the pulse of issues and questions that arise as management occupancy reviews, or MORs, have started back up. After having been suspended for many years, we want to make sure that HUD will help us to identify patterns of concern or oversight that could use more attention to help you be prepared. I already mentioned the new Service Coordinator Grants Management Program, which, like many intended improvements, doesn't come without unforeseen glitches. So keep us posted, and we'll keep sharing details to help make this transition as smooth as possible. Same with 2530, or the previous participation certification system. We hope the information we have made available so far proved timely and useful. Other significant new releases include the new Rent Comparability Study Guidance, Chapter 9 of the Section 8 Renewal Guide, and detailed information for implementation of VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act, which also encompasses relational abuse of men. Real-time alerts on the listservs, followed by detailed analysis, fall under my purview. Owners are required to use the new VAWA notifications and certification forms as of this month and have their own policies available for transfer by June of 2017. And RCS changes will impact any study signed by an appraiser on or after March 1st, so please be sure to check this information out. Moving forward, we know that HOTMA changes for fully implementing 3-year certifications, using the past year's income and expenses, and new caps on eligibility based on assets or home ownership will be developed as part of a formalized rulemaking process. And we speculate whether the benchmarking proposals to collect and report utility data will become a reality or not. While energy efficiency and green technologies may all be wonderful, perhaps the regulatory burden of spending so much time and effort gathering information to share details with HUD, with little to no expectation for increased funding to enhance efficiencies, is something you'd rather not be required to perform. Again, we hope to hear from you so we know rather than guess your preferences. Articulating the value of the good works you do will be at the forefront of our interactions with HUD, and we'll be closely following the awards and implementation of the supportive services demonstration. To say nothing of the data collected and ultimate findings from that program as it moves forward. Certainly we expect many other policy or guidebook draft proposals to be released for comment, so we look forward to working with HUD on your behalf and helping to provide useful and timely information to you and assistance as needed. Thank you for giving us that opportunity. So have I mentioned that member engagement is essential? We definitely look forward to your participation on a variety of things, and including, and not to forget what Linda mentioned, inviting Congress to visit your sites. We also look forward to your communicating with Congress, and the Seniors Action Network is one way to help you do that. Member alerts will tell you about the timing. Engaging seniors and people who care about seniors is the purpose of the Seniors Action Network, set up by LeadingAge and Volunteers of America. It will help you to take action on important issues. You can sign up by taking a look at what's on this slide and following through. So thank you for watching today's Quickcast. And to learn more, if you have any questions or need more information, please don't hesitate to email us at our emails that you now see. To see a full listing of our Quickcasts and other distance learning, please go to the website at the bottom of this screen. Thank you.